نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In continuation of our Quran learning process, our program, we are today trying to read and understand, and then try to obtain the message or the lessons we have to derive from these verses. And today we are starting from verse number 83 to verse number 86 from Al-Baqarah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ. And recall, then we took a covenant from the children of Israel, لا تعبدون إلا الله, that you should worship none except Allah, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, and you shall do good to your parents, وَذِي الْقُرْبَى, and nearest of kin, وَالْيَتَامَى, and orphans, وَالْمَسَاكِينَ, and needy and poor people, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا, and you shall say good words to the people around, وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ, and you shall establish prayers, وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ, and you shall pay poor dues or zakah, ثُمَّ تَوَلَّيْتُمْ, then you turned away, إِلَّا قَلِيلًا مِنْكُمْ, except few amongst them, وَأَنْتُمْ مُعْرِضُونَ, and still you have been deviating from it. وَإِذْ, and when, أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ, we took a promise or a covenant from you, لَا تَسْفِكُونَ دِمَاءَكُمْ, that you should not shed your blood, وَلَا تُخْرِجُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ, and you shall not expel your own selves from your dwelling places or from your homes. ثُمَّ أَقْرَرْتُمْ, then you acknowledged it, وَأَنْتُمْ تَشْهَدُونَ, and you are a witness to it. ثُمَّ أَنْتُمْ هَؤُلَاء, then it is you people, تَقْتُلُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ, who have been killing your own selves, وَتُخْرِجُونَ فَرِيقًا مِنْكُمْ, and you have been expelling groups of people or your own brethren, مِنْ دِيَارِهِمْ, from their homes and dwelling places, تَظَاهَرُونَ عَلَيْهِمْ, and making groups against them, بِالْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ, with sin and transgression. وَإِنْ يَأْتُوكُمْ أُسَارًا, and if they come to you as captives, you ransom them, or you ask for compensation for the release. وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ عَلَيْكُمْ إِخْرَاجُهُم, while in the first instance their expulsion from their houses was unlawful for you. أَفَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِبَعْضِ الْكِتَابِ, do you then believe in part of the book, وَتَكْفُرُونَ بِبَعْضٍ, and you reject part of the book? فَمَا جَزَاءُ, there can be no recompense. مَنْ يَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ مِنْكُمْ, for those who do this amongst you, إِلَّا except خِزْيٌ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا, total humiliation in this worldly life. وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, on the day of judgment, يُرَدُّونَ إِلَى شَدِّ الْعَذَابِ, they'll be dragged to a severe punishment. وَمَا اللَّهُ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ, and Allah is not unaware about what you do. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ, they are the people, اشْتَرَوُا الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا بِالْآخِرَةِ, who have bartered this worldly life for the life hereafter. فَلَا يُخَفَّفُ عَنْهُمُ الْعَذَابُ, their punishment or torment shall not be lightened from them. وَلَا هُمْ يُنصَرُونَ, nor shall they be helped. From any quarter. Sadaqallahul Azim. These are the verses we have read today. Now we shall try to understand the underlying meaning of these verses. The first verse starts from verse number 83 of Al-Baqarah. وَإِذْ, and recall, أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ, remember when we took a covenant or a promise from the children of Israel, لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ, that they shall worship none except one God. So this verse is very important. Firstly, we should remember when Allah took promise. We have to remember that since the teachings explained here in this verse number 83, this is the teaching of Quran. But we know, since basic source is same, Quran was revealed from Allah the Almighty, the way Torah was revealed to Moses from Allah the Almighty. Of course, a part of it on Mount Sinai, and parts of it elsewhere, because Moses also used to receive revelations from Allah the Almighty, as Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to receive it during his 23 years life of prophethood. So these are the teachings, some teachings of Moses summed up here. Number one. Number two, we have to remember, once a person declares his faith in the prophet, any prophet, for example, whether it's prophet Moses, who was the prophet of Allah and messenger of Allah in his own time, or today somebody expresses faith in Muhammad, peace be upon him, and declares that, okay, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, that I testify, or I bear witness that there is none worthy of worship except one God, وأشهد, and I bear witness to it, that Anna Muhammad, and verily Muhammad is Abdu, his servant, wa Rasuluhu, and his messenger. And with the declaration of this Shahada, a person enters the fold of Islam. And this fold of Islam, entering fold of Islam, is in itself a promise. Because it is open promise. If I enter the fold of Islam now, that means I declare bearing witness to it with my conscious mind. That since henceforth I used to worship anything or anybody. Now I declare that I shall worship none except Allah. And number two, I have faith in, I declare in my faith and iman in Muhammad, peace upon him, his sincerity, his honesty, and his messengership, and his final messengership, that is the last messengers. That means whatever he tells me now, I am obliged to follow it. It is my, I declare it incumbent upon me, upon my own self, that I shall have to follow the commands of God, which I received from Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him. That's Quran and Sunnah. Same way, when these Jews in their own time declared their faith in the prophethood of Moses, that means that their declaration of faith was a promise that, oh Moses, we believe in you, we trust you, we trust your integrity and sincerity and honesty, and we believe in God too, because you are receiving the message from God, you are delivering to us. So we declare with full attention, with our all five senses intact, we declare that we shall follow you and you alone. So that's the misak. That's why in the time of the Prophet, peace upon him, we see that whenever anybody would enter the fold of Islam, he would go for bayat. Bayat means he would put his hand in the hand of the Prophet, peace upon him, and say, okay, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Yeah, Ashhadu an Allah ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. So this was holding Prophet's hand and declaring these few words was declaration, the covenant or the promise. Are entering the fold of Islam is like this. وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ. And recall, then we took a promise or covenant from the children of Israel. What was the promise? Because promise is what were the basic teachings of Moses. Nothing, but the first message was لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ, that you shall worship none. You shall prostrate or bow before none but Allah. La ta'buduna illallah also means this, because in Quranic word or in the prophetic meaning of the term ibadah or worship doesn't mean just a worship or puja part in Hindi or Urdu. It means total surrender before the will of God. That ibadah means that وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ. And remember or recall when we take a covenant from children of Israel, that لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا, that you shall worship none. That means henceforth you shall only abide by the commandments of Allah, whether it is in peace or you are at war, whether it is nikah marriage or divorce, whether you are living your individual life or you are living in an atmosphere of coordination between the rest of the people. That means the social relations, or whether it is politics or economics, whether it is earning or spending. Anything, anywhere, in any moment, there once a person declares his total surrender and submission to God, that means that is concept of ibadah in Islam. You should not be confused with just few rituals like salah and then fasting and going to pilgrimage and paying some zakat dues or poor dues. Though that's a part of ibadah, of course, no doubt. But ibadah in Quran, a prophetic way, has a wide meaning which encompasses or encircles or engulfs all the spheres of human life. So that is it, what does it here mean? And this has been the pivot or the nucleus of all the teachings of the prophets, right from the first prophet, that's none other than Adam himself, down to the seal and final seal of the messengers, our final messenger Muhammad, peace be upon him, including one and all. One, as Prophet put it, about 124,000 prophets and messengers who were sent to this world or raised from amongst the humans from time to time in different parts, at different stages of history. So this is here where Akaza Mithaqakum. And remember, then we took a covenant, strong promise from the children of Israel, La ta'budun illa Allah, in the first sense that we shall worship none but Allah, you shall follow law of none in any sphere of life except Allah, and then wabil walidaini ihsana. Then you shall be good and kind to your parents. So this is Islam at its beauteous best. See, وَذِلْ وَالْدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, you should be kind to your parents. وَذِلْ قُرْبَى, then you will be kind to your nearest of kin. وَالْيَتَامَى and orphans, وَالْمَسَاكِينَ and needy and poor people. وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا, and you shall speak good words and kind words to the people around. So, see, the evolutionary process. As we say now in English words, sometimes charity begins at home. So because we learn or hear these words in English, we feel that these words are, these phrases are some good lessons having imported or export from Europe and America down to these third world countries. This is unfortunate. If we see these golden principles were laid down for humanity, for the welfare or betterment of humanity by none other than Prophet, peace be upon him, of course under the inspiration of Allah the Almighty. See the beauty, how Quran wants to make this whole world a welfare society, wherein there is total peace, tranquility, no tension, no hatred, no envy, and but love and peace at its climax. So see how it starts. It says, firstly, you shall worship none other than one God, and then you should be kind to your parents. Because, once a person is born, his immediate world is his mother and then his father. So imagine, Quran starts from here, that be kind to your parents, to mother, and because since Quran declares home as a basic unit of life, when this basic unit is strong, that as we say, when every cell of the human body is strong, whole body is strong. That way, when this basic unit of home or house is strong, that means whole world will be strong, and the bonds between these human bonds will be strong based on love and affection. It starts to imagine the beauty. And you should be kind to our parents. As Quran puts it at different places, that you have to be kind to our mother. Firstly, to our mother. Here it is parents, but we see the explanatory notes as explained by none other than Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself, when he was asked, "Oh, Messenger of Allah, we have been commanded to be kind to our parents. Oh, Messenger of Allah, tell me," one of the companions once asked, "who deserves my most love and affection and attention?" Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Your mother." The companions repeated, "Oh, Messenger of Allah, next, who deserves my more love and affection and kindness?" Prophet again says, "Your mother." The companion repeated third time, "Oh, Messenger of Allah, who deserves the next? Who should fall next in line?" Prophet peace be upon him said again, "Your mother. Didn't I tell your mother?" When the company asked the 4 times, Prophet said, "Your father." That means, see, because this is natural, because Islam being a religion of nature, it's an evolutionary process. It starts from zero and then expands. As I explained it like this, you put a stone in a pond, it creates a small circle, and then the circle enlarges till it expands to a whole pond. It encircles the whole pond. Same way, since Islam wants to be, a Muslim is expected to be kind, to be good, to be lovable, to be affectionate to one and all, to live in peace, remove hatred, finish off terror anywhere, in any form it may exist. But where from should it start? It should not start from others. It should not start from our politics. No way. It can't do that. We should change our political system. No, the system is to be changed. See the natural process. As we put a seed in our soil, that firstly it absorbs water. then the seed breaks down. A pilumule and test, and then this radical comes out, moves out, and by and by gradually it becomes a seedling, and then seedling changes to plant, and finally a tree, and it bears fruits. So this is the process. Imagine here, the Prophet peace upon him, how Quran, how it teaches the natural, affectionate way to bring this whole world in peace. And this should peace from where? It should start from your home. The first, when a baby is born, what is his word? Firstly, his word before his birth. Baby's birth is the womb of his mother. So that is the word. The uterus or womb is his word. So he's connected with mother. And once he's born, the first thing he sees his mother. Then he touches the baby newborn with her breasts. And that's the greatest love and affection at its climax. So mother, because she bore, the Prophet said, she bore you for 9 months. So you owe a lot, you owe everything to your mother. So this, see, imagine, it is وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Also, you should worship your Allah the Almighty and be kind to your parents. Then Prophet was asked, requested to explain. He said, yeah, Walidain are dear, the parents, but it should start from your mother. That's the Prophet peace upon him used to say. That once a person, he finds his parents in old age. A person who finds his parents in old age, either both of the parents, father or mother, or either of the two. But if still that person cannot own a place in Gardens of Paradise, he is the worst person on earth. Curse of Allah is upon the person who has either both of parents, he finds them in old age, or either of the two. But still, if he cannot, he is not so kind to them, he cannot earn a place of Gardens of Paradise, he is the worst person. Curse of Allah is upon him. There can be none more unlucky and unfortunate than the person who cannot earn a place in Gardens of Paradise. And then about Mother, Prophet used to say, peace upon him, that see, if you find your mother in her old age, and then if you have a smiling look on your mother, on the face of your mother, the way you look at her, smilingly, that she feels happy. She also has a smile. And she feels that my son or my daughter is looking at me in a lovely manner. Prophet peace upon him says, for every look, for each and every look, this child, whether male or female, son or daughter, gets a reward of a Hajj Mabrur. That means that Hajj pilgrimage which is accepted in the court of Allah for every look. So imagine, this should start from mother and of course father. I can't, because this is, that's why today we find, that's why I have been telling